Hi, this is Phil Hinton. Welcome to another video on AV Forums and welcome to sunny Barcelona. We're here for the Philips Live 2024 event. We're going to look at some new TVs that they're announcing for the year, and of course we're going to catch up with Danny Tak. Making sure that CES was well and truly out of the way, Philips held their January launch event at a very plush venue in Barcelona, with several workshop sessions covering new products and technologies. Highlights for us were the new OLED sets, starting with the mid-range OLED 809, the OLED +909 and the Flagship OLED +959. The mid-range OLED 809 will come in 42, 48, 55, 65 and 77-inch screen sizes, using the latest OLED EX panels that can deliver a peak light output of 1300 nits, and that's married to the 8th generation single-chip P5 AI processor. At this level of the market, there is no MLA micro lens array technology, but all of the other image enhancement features and Ambilight are present and correct in the OLED 809. Next up is the OLED +909, which introduces the Meta Technology 2.0 panel with micro lens array and Meta Booster tech, and it will be available in 55, 65 and 77-inch screen sizes. Processing power is delivered by the single chip 8th generation P5 AI processor, and there's also an 81 watt 3.1 Bowers & Wilkins soundbar at the bottom of the panel. This model was on demonstration and we managed to watch and listen to some music and movie content, and it should do very well in our upcoming reviews once the set's close to being made available. Of course, wrapping up the package is 4-sided Ambilight, which also celebrates its 20th birthday. And then we have the Flagship OLED +959, which will not be available until at least Q3 of 2024 and in a 65-inch screen size only. It features the new Meta Technology 2.0 panel with the latest MLA+, that's micro lens array plus technology, that has much finer micro lenses attached to each pixel, making sure that more light is directed towards the viewer, along with better brightness control using the Meta Multi-Booster algorithm with added detail enhancer for a reported peak brightness of 3000 nits on a 3% window. There is also the 8th generation P5 AI dual engine processor, which uses the Pentonic 1000 chip on the OLED +959, which boasts Ambient Intelligence version 3, AI Machine Learn Sharpness version 2 and the latest Smart Bit enhancement algorithm in its 3rd generation. In plain English, this tech improves the optimization in line with your ambient viewing levels, so it takes into account whether you're in a bright or dark room and adjusts the picture accordingly. Plus, it provides better detail and realism to the on-screen action by adjusting the sharpness intelligently, and it extends 8-bit video to near 14-bit precision, meaning that banding in poor source material is a thing of the past. The design is also unique with a one chassis approach with a full-on integrated 102 watt Bowers & Wilkins 5.1.2 sound system, which consists of twin 30x50mm mid-range drivers and 19mm titanium dome tweeters for LCR, side and up-firing duties, along with a 75mm subwoofer and a pair of passive radiators for the full Dolby Atmos surround effects. This will all be mounted on a large central floor stand with a brand new Ambilight Plus system that uses multiple lenses to the rear mounted LEDs that increases the overall halo and accuracy of the system, with much finer gradations for light colours and movements behind the set. So, does Danny Tak believe that this is their best flagship TV ever?
Yes, it will definitely be, because with the new dual engine inside that flagship, we will have so much picture processing horsepower to make the best picture in the market. We are solving issues with our previous flagship, like the half resolution in 120 Hz frame rate. That's now all solved, but we have so many new features in there, like new AI with more content classifications, expanding from 4 to 7, so really making it the right analysis of the picture for the best result in sharpness, color, contrast, and also so many other nice things like PNR, like smart bit enhancement, like AI, machine learning sharpness. Huge horsepower on picture processing.
One of the questions is going to be, why have you stuck with MLA and not gone to QD OLED? Is MLA still where you think you get the most benefit out of the panel?
Well, at this moment, we started off with MLA 1, and now, or MLA, so Meta Panel version 1. Now we're moving to Meta Panel version 2, which is building further on MLA. It's MLA Plus, it's having better cones for more light efficiency, and in combination with the color booster, we now have reached 3000 nit peak. That's a very big step from what we had, 2150. It was logical to stay with MLA or with Meta Panel. Of course, as I said before, QD OLED is always in our radar screen. If next year QD OLED will make better steps than MLA in terms of anything that makes sense in picture quality, there will be an option again.
And talking about the new processor, the dual chip processor, I understand that the core of that is the new Pentonic chip, is that correct?
The dual chip is the Pentonic 1000, which is our single chip solution lower in range. That chip is also there, but of course on top of that, they work really in perfect harmony with each other. We have our own second chip, and in that respect we call it a dual chip engine thing. Yeah, that one is really exclusive. Pentonic is also exclusive in that sense that we are using the core of Pentonic, but we are putting our own PQ algorithms running on that core.
Let's go to Ambilight. Ambilight's, it's been USP for 20 odd years now. It's been around a long time. It's getting an update in the 959. Maybe tell our viewers a little bit about that and the development behind that.
Yeah, well, we actually were triggered by our Ambilux we made in the past, which was fantastic in performance, got very positive reactions, but was way too expensive. And that's why we now, in view of 20 years Ambilight anniversary, have been looking how can we make this Ambilux cheaper, with still giving the performance as much as Ambilux. And that's where we're ending up with the Ambilight introduction, new Ambilight version of this year.
And what is the difference there between the new version and the old version? Does it give you finer gradations in terms of what you can do?
4 times more gradation compared to the previous one, and two-dimensional effect in the Ambilight, so a lot nicer, spectacular.
So we've had a look at the prototypes, and we have to stress that they are prototypes at this moment in time. The TV doesn't come till the end of the year. Are we likely to see some changes? Are you taking feedback at the moment on the sets?
Definitely, and of course, as I mentioned in the workshop yesterday, I'm also not yet able to show everything of our dual engine. Only one of the 3 exclusive features is up and running, but all of that needs to get fine-tuned. The new features, the other features need to be added. Soon we will have a full prototype, and then we might, with some journalists, even try to test the waters and see what they think about it before we actually go to launch.
Yep. So we're having this event now in January. The sets are not available till later in the year. Some might ask, why does it take you so long to bring your TVs to market when other OLED panels are out there at the beginning of the year?
I don't think we're not longer. I mean, our 8 will come soon. Our 8 will come, 809 will come at the end of this quarter, early second quarter. Our flagships, we've always been launching in the middle of the year, but also that you see with other brands like I remember I was trying to, for an event in September last year, I wanted to show the Sony there, but I was not able to get it in September. Also they were launching very late. I think flagships usually is our way of doing it. Second half of the year. Of course, a development of a product takes almost a year, and that's why I can already now show early prototypes. There's still a lot of work to be done on the flagship. before we can launch it without any bug with good performance.
Well, I'm excited to see the new sets. I can't wait to get my hands on them. Danny, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.